Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and I created Dolled Up by Jay. So in today's video, we are going to discuss brands I will never buy. I thought this would be an interesting video because I don't really see people talk about it much because a lot of people don't want to get on brands like bad lists, you know what I mean? But I was like, I'm just gonna make it. I'm just gonna say it because I don't have anything against any of these brands really, but these are just brands I don't see myself buying and for multiple reasons. So I just thought it'd be interesting to discuss. And if you're here for it, give the video a thumbs up. Okay guys, so first brand is Moschino. I think that they have some cool things. They're very whimsical, they're very cool. You know, they have like, there's like a baby bottle purse now. There's all kinds of things. The hair dryer, you guys have all seen it. They're very whimsical. I think that they were cool like several years ago. It's not really for me. Like for me, it's just such a trendy art piece type of brand where if you're really into this kind of like cartoony pop-like style, then absolutely go for it. I just think in my style, it's not for me. I have nothing against the brand though. I just don't see myself buying anything. And it's a little too logo-y for me. Like the belts, the shirts, it's just Moschino all over it. It's a little too much, but I have nothing against the brand. I don't think it's like horrible or tacky or anything. I just don't really like align with it for my personal style. Yeah, keep in mind guys, if you like any of these brands, do not be offended. It's just a fun video on the internet. Okay, next brand that I don't really see anyone talk about ever. I think this is a brand that is probably very big in the ultra luxury fashion community or the quiet luxury fashion community. This is Jill Sander. So I remember seeing the Jill Sander ads in Harper's Bazaar since I was like a child basically. And I always was just like, what is this? Like, no offense, but some of the things I'm looking at now online on their Instagram, I'm like, okay, that's actually a beautiful coat or a beautiful sweater, but I just find it so minimalistic for me that I don't like it. Like it's too boring. I think it's very expensive as well. It's just not a brand for me that I identify with. I think, you know, quiet luxury, refined textures, textiles, all of this beautiful, stunning. But there's just certain things about this brand that I just don't identify with at all. I think are just extremely boring, very drab. The shapes aren't really body flattering. It's just not for me, guys. It's just not for me. That's it. Okay, next, Louis Vuitton. Controversial. This is not to say that I will never buy Louis Vuitton, but in making this video, I was just like, I actually don't own a single thing from Louis Vuitton, which is so weird. Like I don't even own a fragrance or a pair of sunglasses. Nothing from Louis Vuitton, but I've talked about them in so many videos. It's so funny. You know, I'm not against Louis Vuitton. I think there's some beautiful pieces. I think some of the eyewear is actually gorgeous, and I think some of the bags are gorgeous. I just think some of the pricing for the bags that they have versus like the quality of when I've felt them, I'm just kind of like, is this worth like 7,000 Canadian dollars? Is this twist bag with the really hard kind of saffron leather worth like $5,000? You know what I mean? It's just not necessarily for me, but I think that they do release some items like the trunk clutch. I think that is stunning. I think that is a beautiful piece. And the push-up Métis bag, or Métis, that is a beautiful bag as well. But even the shoes and things like that, I've never really just been compelled enough to actually buy anything. I don't know why. I'm much more of like a Dior person. I'm just like this Dior like fanatic, you know? I just like gravitate towards like the Dior style versus the like crazy Louis Vuitton monogram, whereas Dior has the crazy monogram. It's weird. I just identify more with Dior. But I'm not saying I won't ever buy anything from Louis Vuitton. It would just have to be like something I'm so over the moon for in order to justify their prices, because their prices are so expensive now. Like they've gone crazy, you know? Okay, next is a controversial one. Alexander Wang. I don't know enough about this to really have like a super crazy opinion, but the opinion I have isn't the most positive, just from, you know, the allegations. I'm not going to talk about it on this channel because it's just some things you can't talk about on YouTube, but you can Google it if you're not aware. So there's just certain things about, yeah, this designer that 100%, I think some of the sparkly items are very cute, very nice, very trending, but I don't personally feel comfortable buying them because just of what's kind of come to light. So that's just how I feel about that. I'd be curious to know your thoughts on Alexander Wang, and you know, it's a bit controversial for sure. But I see, you know, there's all these models and celebrities kind of endorsing him now. And, you know, he had that fashion show, and Kim Kardashian posted stories being like, oh my God, congratulations, Alexander Wang. And everyone was like, how much did she get paid to post those stories? You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't at the show, I don't think. And then, you know, there was like Adriana Lima, Candace Swanpool. They were at his fashion show, his comeback. So that had a lot of backlash. So really, really interesting. I'm curious to know what you guys think of it. The comments section of those posts is like very fired up, but yeah, just for those reasons, I just don't really feel comfortable shopping from that brand, regardless of if I think it has nice items. Okay, next, these are not necessarily luxury brands, but these are just brands I've seen that are like kind of very trendy, especially lately, that I'm like, I will never buy this ever. So this is the brand Poster Girl. Now, first saw a lot of people wearing these just on Instagram, TikTok, etc. And I was like, what is this? Like, these look like, I'm sorry, but if you've ever been to like an adult store and you're looking for like whatever, Halloween costumes, whatever brought you in there. They have these like very cheap, like cut out bodysuit slash catsuit things that are like all ripped and stuff. That's what that reminds me of, is these Poster Girl dresses, but they're like 150 pounds or something. They're like $300 Canadian. They're very expensive, and they literally are being copied so much now by like fast fashion, and so many influencers are posting in these dresses. And I honestly just think like, this is not a refined style. I'm sorry if I am offending you right now. I just think these dresses are literally horrendous. I understand if you have great cleavage, hot body, 100%, there is nothing wrong with that. And if this is what makes you happy, rock it. But I just personally think like timelessness and the elegance aspect of these dresses and where you can actually wear these, like if you wore this in Dubai, unless you were out at like a nightclub atmosphere, if you wore this walking around in the day, oh my God, everyone would be like glaring at you, literally, like, what are you doing, you know? So I think there's definitely a time and place for these dresses. I think some people do look good in them, but just for my personal style, like I would not be caught dead. But that's just my opinion. So no, I will never shop from this brand. They do have some cool runway stuff though, I will say. Let's end it on a good note. And then Paris Hilton is wearing a really cute kind of like chainmail blue dress from them. So that is really cute, but I just, this whole stretch thing they're doing, Okay, next is the brand Addicted. I first came about this brand when I was seeing all the Coachella looks. I was researching for my Coachella best and worst dress video, and I saw so many people posting in this brand at Coachella, and I was like, what is this? I'm sorry, it's like a Y2K nightmare. This stuff looks cheap. It looks like throwaway fast fashion Shein stuff. I just think it's really tacky and I'm not here for it. It doesn't represent my style at all. So for that reason, I'm not buying it. But I mean, every brand has a couple of items. You could literally pick any brand in the world and I could probably find at least one item from that brand where I'm like, that's actually not bad, I could wear that. You know what I mean? But I just don't want to buy this. Okay, so next is Dolls Kill. I think this is like kind of a trendy, like alternative type of brand. I don't know why, I just kept seeing it like tagged on social media. And I think that a lot of celebrities kind of like play around with this. It says for the misfits. So they're very like alternative, you know, they've got like the skirts with the thongs sticking out of them. They've got like ripped tights. They've got like rainbow bras. Like it does look very kind of like festival life clothing. Right? There's jeans that say bitch on the back. There's a skirt that says hustler. It's just like, I get we're, you know, female empowerment, but having a tank top that says nice tits, I mean, I don't really know how empowering that is, you know? So whatever. I mean, people can do whatever they want with the money that they have, and this video is not meant to be judgmental, but I just thought I'd do a quick little one, just sharing with you some brands I don't see myself buying in the future and why. And I'm curious to know your thoughts on these brands. I'm curious to know as well brands that you don't see yourself buying, and I would love to discuss with you. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you, I love you. And if you are new here, consider subscribing so we can see each other again soon. All right guys, bye.